invited me, so I said, okay, I'll think about it, and we exchanged numbers. And so I decided that next time I would just join the group meetings. And so at these group meetings, they were discussing different things, like, for example, what does it mean to be free, or what does it mean to follow Christ? And then always at the end, someone would like answer it according to the Bible. So like after a few of those group meetings, they asked me like, okay, do you want to do also like private Bible studies? So that's with like 2 or 3 people at a time. So I said yes. So I joined them with the Bible studies. And we would always like discuss different topics. For example, what does it mean to trust Jesus, or what is sin? What does sin mean, or what is baptism? And other like more fundamental topics. And I didn't always agree with everything they said. Like sometimes we would quite quarrel a bit about the topics. I remember one day like this session, and they saw like during the Bible session that I wasn't very focused. So they asked me like, do you want to take a break? So I decided to take that break, and there's like a park nearby my school. So I decided to take a break there. And during that break, I was praying. I was asking God, okay, so I'm not sure about these people. Like I see them every week, and something in me says me that I should just avoid these people. So I prayed that prayer, and then I went back to continue the Bible study of that day. And here, in this part, they were talking about how the first Christians were called cultists, and that the name of believers should be slandered and ridiculed, etc. And that's true. So then they added also that if you search our church online and you see some weird stuff about them, just ignore it, because it isn't true. And I was really surprised when they said that. I was like, what do you mean I shouldn't search online what you're about? So after I finished that day, I remember I went back home and I searched this church, and I found out they were part of this like large organization which were known as a well-known cult. So when I found out, I was very grateful that God answered my prayers right away, and He protected me from them. Amen. Because it says in Psalm chapter 33 verse 18 that but the eyes of the Lord are on those who fear Him, on those whose hope is in His unfailing love. Amen.
Amen.
So the main point of this story is that they weren't training me to be imitators of Christ. They wanted me to imitate them.